in this process is the human element as it relates to the environmental impact statement.
This pipeline will have no positive economic benefits.
It's a huge construction project.
Granting this application would be giving Kinder Morgan a license to kill.
The director of the Institute for Health and the Environment at the University of Albany calls compressor stations among the worst of all the fracking infrastructure. And I quote, "Our previous studies show that some of the most serious air pollution came from compressor stations."
If a 90,000 horsepower compression station were to be built on Clark's Chapel Road within walking distance of our property, the light, noise, and off gases will disrupt our peaceful environment, a public nuisance.
This pipeline will expose us to a risk of a catastrophic event.
I implore you to listen with your hearts and to consider fully the plights of those opposed to the construction of the NED project.
Huge risk, absolutely no reward.
How is it possible in our free democratic society that homeowners can be involuntarily forced into living in fear of everything they love being incinerated in the case of a gas disaster?
Who wants to live next to a pipeline and a compression station? Would any of you members of FERC, members of our government, anyone from Kinder Morgan live in a place where there is a frack gas pipeline and a compression station of 90,000 horsepower in your backyard? I think not. You must make a decision that will be for the good of the people, for humanity, for the environment, for our government, which is of the people, for the people, by the people. After all, the Declaration of Independence says we are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Do not take away our life, liberty, or our ability to pursue happiness. Deny the application for the pipeline to Kinder Morgan.
Ban fracking now!
Ban fracking now! Ban fracking now! Ban fracking now!
I asked, why did we ban hydraulic fracturing in New York State, but we allow compressor stations? Instead, stations are worse for the environment.
No matter where you live, you're going to be impacted by this thing. And the more people that can get involved in this, not because they're directly impacted, but because they understand and they can articulate that to their friends and family, that this kind of thing is affecting everybody everywhere in the Northeast, as well as across the country. But in this area of the country, because of the shale in Pennsylvania, is got these pipeline infrastructures going everywhere.
I have lived here on Clark's Chapel Road for 15 years. My grandparents bought this house in 1947. It's been in the family that whole time. My neighbors and I are scared, frustrated. We don't know what's going to happen. Our homes are worth nothing right now. We moved out here for country living. We moved out here for the peace and quiet. We didn't move out here to be in the middle of an industrial zone.
This is what Kinder Morgan kept showing us. Oh, this is a compressor station. This is what you can expect. You know, see how cute it is? Got a nice barn door on it. It's quiet. So, what are you getting? This.
Oh my God.
These units right here with the big stacks, those are the turbines. These are called Titan 250s. Each building contains a turbine. Each one is 30,000 horsepower.
We live in a rural residential neighborhood. This is not industrial, this is residential. And Kinder Morgan even said themselves that they only got that land because it was somebody they could get an agreement from. So they don't care where they're putting it. They don't care whose lives they're disrupting or ripping apart. It's all about the money for them.
Our property values will go down. No benefit to us. We don't see any of this gas. All that we've invested in is lost. How will we be able to sell our homes for what we've invested in them? We are the losers in this.
I wish you could see my home. It's on 22 acres of mixed woodlands near the top of Brush Mountain in Northfield. It's awesome. and it's our American dream come true. Monday that changed. We received a warning letter from the Tennessee Gas Pipeline Company. It included a map which showed our home only 1,500 feet from the planned compressor station.
The only communications that I've had from Kinder Morgan are letters. I got one which identified the maps associated with the project, and then I got one letter actually that talked about eminent domain, and essentially that if they want my property, I've got to give it to them, or they'll begin condemnation proceedings immediately on my property.
As of the date of receiving the letter, our home has been effectively condemned.
We know our neighbors because many of the people that live here have lived here for generations.
11 households of family members in a 1.5 mile radius.
We've got 2 little boys. Can they sign these letters?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sign your name again.
You just sign those and we will mail them.
Say hi. Say hi to the camera.
We don't want our kids to be the generation that are the guinea pigs for, oh yeah, these compressor stations really are not okay to live next to. We don't want that for our kids.
We do everything that we can. We feed our kids organically. We don't use chemical products on their skin. We grow organic gardens, and to have that all go away.
When we asked our attorney if Tennessee Gas Pipeline would buy our now unsellable and uninsurable home, he said there's a long, expensive process for this. So next week I will cash out my retirement account to try to get back what was mine only a week ago. I am begging you. I am begging you. I am begging you. I am begging you.
If someone out there has some power over whether this happens or not, will you be able to live with yourself morally if this thing blows up and takes out this farm or these people or anyone?
Anybody within earshot here, we're going to gather at 4:15 in front of the house over here for a group shot of whooping and hollering on a on a video recorder.
We all have a voice. We can all stand together against this. We do live in a country where your voice still matters, so use it. It's a gift. It's a gift.
We live here! This land is my land. From California to New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Call your senators.
Yep.
Tell them that you oppose this pipeline and that you want Governor Cuomo to step up and to ban the transport of it through New York State.